Alright, this is a video on how to get kills because I've had some people ask like how I be doing some of the stuff I do, like how I be getting kills, like what my loadouts are, stuff like that. And they really go hand in hand. My loadouts go hand in hand with how I get kills because I mean, there's movement, but then you have to have your gun set up a certain way to move a certain way too, for the most part. I mean, some of it you just have to learn how to move instead of just standing still. But let's get into the loadouts first. So I'm still changing the loadouts right now, but so I'm not really sure on some of these loadouts yet. But let's get into let's get this perfect loadout right here. So the Amex and the Furrow. So the Amex, see, first of all, the Modern Warfare guns don't move as easy as the Cold War guns. Like all the streamers have said that, and if you run with a gun like the ARs on Modern Warfare versus ARs on Cold War, you'll notice that you'll zoom across the map with the Cold War guns and not the Modern Warfare guns. So my AMAX, I built it just to be a laser, like having a sniper without the sniper, basically. So that's why it's built like this. I'm not really using it for mobility. Like if I'm shooting you, you're like 30 meters and beyond. So, I'm not going to engage you with up close with this. So that's why I have this. And I make this two ways, and I'm going to explain why. So right now you see it with that barrel, and then you see it with this stock over here. So this barrel, because see what the pros are, damage range, bullet velocity, and strafe speed. And a lot of people are confused on strafe speed, and I'm going to get into that. But for me, strafe speed is the most important. I got to have on my guns because I have to make sure that they can move. Strafing is like if you're shooting at somebody and while you're shooting, you move left and right while still having it aimed on them, but you move left and right. So if your gun don't have strafe speed, you won't be able to do that, or you'll just do it extremely slow. But this, the way this one's made, is built to do that. So I can do it easily with this gun. I can't do it with the AMS, like I said, but with this gun, I can do it easily. And then what strafing does is it breaks their aim assist. So if y'all was just shooting at each other and you're moving left or right and they're just staying still, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get that kill unless they just got a gun that's just extremely powerful. But right now, a lot of the guns are like on the even playing field. So 9 times out of 10, they won't unless it's like just some crazy gun up close, if they just get a shot off. Like Street Sweeper right now is overpowered. So if they got a Street Sweeper and you have this, Street Sweeper's going to knock you in 2 shots. But if they have like a SMG or if they have this gun built a different way, like with this barrel and you have that barrel, you're going to get the kill if you're moving left and right while you're shooting. That's why on this gun, I either use this barrel or I use that barrel. Same thing on the FFAR when the FFAR was really good. But it got nerfed twice, but after that first nerf, because I think everybody was using, I can't remember what barrel everybody was using at first, but I remember after the first nerf, the best barrels were the ultralight, and then I think it was like this one, because this one gave damage range and bullet velocity, I believe. But see, I like to use the ultralight even when people was using that other one because ultralight, I'm gonna be able to strafe, I'm gonna move perfectly. And so if you're trying to make your gun like that with strafe speed, what you have to look out for when you're making a gun is it won't say, the cons won't say minus strafe speed. What it'll say is when it's taking that away is, where is it? Right here. No, yeah, that is it, yeah. Aim, walk, and movement speed. That means minus strafe speed. So if it says that and you're trying to make it for strafing, then you might want to reconsider the attachment. But I mean, same time, this is just one attachment. So if you have one attachment that says minus, and then you have more that say, plus strafe speed, then it'll lean more your way. So the barrel, I'd always, like I said, if the barrel says plus strafe speed, that's a win for me. And that's what made me want to use it, depending on the recoil. Like this, it says the vertical and horizontal recoil will be worse, but it's really not that bad at all. you can really control it, especially since I'm using this close range. I'm not even really having to deal with that recoil. And it's not tough. It really feels like to me that it doesn't move, but it's up to you, however you want to make it. But yeah, strafing definitely makes it easier to get kills because, like I said, it'll break the aim assist. Because I'm sure when you fight people, you see sometimes like some PC players or even some players on controller, like they have the controllers with the back button. So then, like when you're shooting them, they'll jump while they're shooting you, and like that's breaking your aim assist right there. That's not strafing, but that jump it threw off your aim assist, and now you're shooting at a lower part of their body, which most guns don't do good on a lower part versus like a chest or headshot. So they're still getting their headshots while they jumped, and you're starting to get like leg shots, arm shot, whatever. And so that's why they'll kill you first because they broke that aim assist. Same thing with strafing. Like I said, if you go left and you go right while you're shooting, then boom, they're gonna drop. I got like millions of clips on Twitter killing people like that because, like I said, if you break someone aim assist, I mean you got that kill. Especially if it's just 1v1, you know, if their team isn't really helping, you'll get that kill. And and as far as the Cold War guns moving better, like look at this stock, like look at all the pros that comes with ADS fire and move speed, like that's strafing right there. And so that helps it twice. And then, like I said, the Modern Warfare guns don't really have stuff like that. Like, I mean, that's plus strafing right there, but that's still only one pro. There's two right here, but then, you know, minus the aim and stability. And with the AMAX, it already jumps. So you got to pick, you know, what you want. But this really is the best AMAX build anyway. But I'm just trying to make a point as to how the Modern Warfare guns can't move like the Cold War guns. But Cold War guns get nerfed so much, the Modern Warfare guns have better damage. So, I mean, a lot of people probably transitioning back to the Modern Warfare guns. I have a little bit of both. And it's even this, like, I saw a lot of people using the AK-47 as a SMG because the time to kill was super quick. And then, you know, if I'm gonna use a barrel, it's just gonna be one of these two for it since it's my SMG. I'm really gonna switch it back to that one because this one jumps too much. But yeah, just stuff like that, strafing, and then like this right here, you know, that helps my strafing speed too. And that's why I said these Cold War guns just got everything else beat right now. I'm gonna put this right there. And yeah, so. And then, I mean, SMGs don't really need. SMGs will have straight speed regardless, but I mean, you can still help it. Depends, I mean, because I had a MP5, like this MP5, for example, like I just got the one that says bullet velocity, no stock instead of this one, but I'll probably switch it to this one, honestly, but I don't know. I just put this in my loadout literally yesterday, so I don't know yet. And then, you know, this doesn't say anything about strafing. So SMGs, you know, they're pretty good at strafing anyway, unless you just put some BS on them. And then like this gun, it's LMG, so LMG I'm not really using for strafe speed. That's more of like my AMAX, you know, so it's like my AMAX, so I want range, like I want the sniper-ish range without having the sniper. So, you know, this, I'm not really looking for, not really looking for strafing, because this is just a laser for me. And then, you know, I got the multi-zoom optic on it, so this is just purely a laser. But then when I need a strafe and move quick, you know, I got this straight speed on the task force barrel, serpent ramp help me ADS quick. Then I got the skeletal stock, look, ADS fire move speed. It's gonna help me move quick. And I mean, depending on how you play, like one of my homeboys, he plays with both his guns are like ranged guns, so you know he don't really need a straight, but he can't he can't get into a close quarter combat either, because I think he'll have like a growl with an optic and then the HDR with an optic, and hey, it worked for him. He'll drop people with both of them guns. I personally couldn't play like that. I gotta have a little bit of both or a mix, because then I don't even really use snipers like that unless I'm just really in a sniping mood. But even if I do snipe, I'm gonna have like this. Like I got the Kilo, the PBX hollow sight, because I got the blue dot unlocked. Makes it real easy to see people with the blue dot. Honestly, if you haven't grinded it, I recommend it 100%. Takes a long time because look at everything you got to do. 200 kills, 50 headshots, 200 kills with a certain optic, 50 headshots, 200 kills, headshots, kills, headshots, kills. It just goes back and forth, and you got to use different optics on them. But but yeah, that's just to my Kilo build. But what was I saying? Yeah, so this is my sniper support. So this is like close to medium range, because this optic ain't gonna hinder me at close range. I can still hit somebody close range. But if they have like an SMG, you know, they'll probably get me. But like close to mid range, I can get them. If they're not up on me, then I can get them with this. And so, you know, this is how I run my stuff. And then it's just preference. I used to have something else on here. I think it was a grip. Yeah, I think it was a stipple grip. I changed it to the comb. And yeah, so like I said, the cold war guns definitely give you more mobility. Because even this right here, like I have the RAM. Like that's probably one of the better Modern Warfare guns. That's a assault rifle that lets you move pretty quick. But then still, like if you move with this compared to like maybe the FFAR, yeah, that's perfect. Like the FFAR or the Bullfrog, like if you run with both of those, like if you make a loadout with both, you're gonna move quicker across that map with that FFAR. And they're about the same, you know, build as far as like the weight and everything, like how big they are, like they're about the same, but you're gonna move way better with the FFAR. And so let me go into a plunder match to show you exactly how strafing looks. Let me see. I can probably use that right there. Yeah, I probably use the Amex and Furrow.
Get yourself to proper warm-up. We'll be deployed soon.
Okay. So like boom, right here, like watch. See, you move a little slow when you try to strafe with a gun like this. It's not really built for strafing. Now watch this. See how fast that was? Like, you can even slow it down on YouTube if you want in your watch sense to see how much quicker that is. But I'm gonna do it again. So It's slower, way slower versus that's quick. So that's how I get my kills right there. Because a lot of people want to sit and just do this,
Warm-up's done. Time to
just
clean this
beam
off.
without moving, and that's not gonna win you a lot of gunfights. Like if you confident in your shots that much, then I say yeah, go ahead and do that. Because sometimes if I'm confident I'm better than somebody else, like I'm gonna keep lasering you because I want you to, because I know you're gonna go down before I go down. Basically, I'm not worried about dying. But just sitting there beaming
Right,
somebody is really not the
secure
way to
cash flow
play for
completed.
real.
Contracts, looting,
If you're
or
trying to,
eliminating targets.
if you're
Send a
really
drop
trying
point
to
for your
like
team,
get
soldier.
kills, you can't just do that. So show you some
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch
movement a
the
little bit
skies.
if I can without people all on my ass. So then, for example, if you're in a fight with somebody and say somebody's right here on this truck, so I'm lasering them, they're lasering me. They have more cover than I do because look where I'm at. They have more cover. So a lot of people, what they want to do is keep on just and then ducking, just trying to get that shots off like that. But it's better to actually, move around. Like this is how I get my kills. Like I move around. I don't stay in the same spot. Like, and then if I had a team, this would be even better because if they're still right there, then I can, just flank and just boom, and then just boom, and then that's more than one angle that we're shooting at him at. That was ugly how I got out of that building though, but just making a point. Just making a point of how it's easier to move. Like this, what I just did in there probably wasn't the best thing to do because it would have been better if I would have went around, came out right here and then, shot him over there. But yeah, you can't just laser in one spot. Like I learned that the hard way because I mean, I started watching streamers, started watching how they move. Like for example, like I saw a lot of streamers do this. They'll run on, something like that, and then boom. People don't expect that. Like a casual Warzone player is not ready for that type of movement. So, you do something like that, you're gonna get that kill. You really just got to think about, movement and where they are, and it's kind of doing a lot because I mean you'll think it is at first, like dang, like how you even gonna think of that? Like it'll come naturally, I promise. Like boom, like sometimes I do this and then somebody was right here, boom, stuff like that. Like I done improved my movement so much just watching streamers, and then I get into a game and then I see somewhere they did something and boom, I'm gonna do the same thing or I'm gonna change it up and do another type of movement. You gotta get more creative with your kills and how you shoot because that's really what's gonna save you when you're pinned down. I mean, sometimes you're pinned down in a real bad spot. I mean, it's not much you could do. Like if somebody was shooting me right here, like if I'm right here, no cover whatsoever. If they're like over here,
Moving up.
barely be able to see them and all that grass and the rocks and stuff. So they're gonna have a
Extraction is standing
better
by.
eyesight on me. I
Marking
mean,
our
I could
sector
try to
when you're
run, but 9 times out of 10, depending on what gun they have, they might laser me. And that's another point about why you shouldn't just try to laser somebody like this and just try to battle because you don't know what kind of gun they have. I mean, I know right now guns are kind of even, like I said earlier, but same time, some guns are still a little stronger than others. So if I'm shooting him with like M4A1, like I think the AMAX is still stronger than the M4, but if I had an M4 and he has an AMAX and we just both getting headshots like this, I'm gonna drop first. I'm gonna drop way before he drops with his AMAX. And so that's why, like I said, it's better to move. And then, if you got a team, it's even easier to move because, I mean, if two stay right here or if one stay right here and then one go right and I go left, what's that team going to have a hard time, trying to aim at one, like not knowing which one to aim at. Cause I mean, us, we moving, we gonna aim at whichever one we can pick off, you know. But they gonna have to decide what they gonna do. And then if they don't move like it, like they were just trying to laser us, and they don't move like we move, then we'll probably get those kills. So like if we was lasering right here, you know, if we was lasering one person, it's three people, like it was three right here, and then you know we get one to go down, then boom, running left. And then one of my other homeboys, he gonna run right. I already know he gonna run right. And then one gonna stay there, and then boom, you know, we can finish, kill all three of them, do whatever. So that's why I say movement is everything. You cannot just sit there and laser. I promise you, you get way more kills if you move around. I promise. And then, like I said, it depends on how you make your loadouts. Like I said, this is literally one of my loadouts. This ain't just a loadout for the video. This is one of my actual loadouts. So, AMAX, I'm a laser, and then boom. After I down you, I'm gonna start moving, and I'm gonna get up on you, and then I'm gonna finish you. And then whoever, if you got a team, you know, I'm gonna try to finish them too. But you know, that's why. I mean, that's the purpose of using the sniper too. You know, to down one and then push that with your other gun. Because that's how you finish, how you get kills, and then you cover all bases. You have a long range weapon and you have a close to mid range weapon. I mean, to me, that's the best way to play. You can't have two long ranges, two short ranges. Like you gotta have, well, you could play two short ranges, but you gotta be extremely aggressive to do that. And but if you mix them, then 9 times out of 10 you'll get a good kill. You get a couple kills. You'll see your KD go up. Another thing about breaking aim assist, like a lot of people, they, like I said, have those back buttons, and so they can put jumping or whatever on the back of them. So make it easier to do more than one thing without your thumbs leaving the stick. So that's really how a lot of people get a lot of kills, and how uh, like PC players, like how they move so crazy because they got the ones that ain't on keyboard, you know, they got controllers with the back buttons on them. So if X is on the back and that's what they use to jump, then they never have to move their thumbs from the stick, so they can still do everything while jumping, which is why strafing is so important for those who don't have those controllers or don't have their buttons set up to where they can jump and still aim. Because I mean, you can set your controller up to do that. Like I said, I have flipped on, so I'm playing tactical, but I make it flip because I shoot with my L1 and R1 instead of L2 and R2 because it's a little faster to shoot that way. And so, but just regular tactical looks like this. So it changes my crouch and slide to R3 instead of circle. So when you move to different button layouts, what's in blue is what changed. So you see those two are the only ones that changed. So, and I mean, it's hard to play this way. You really just gotta be quick with your hands, honestly, because if somebody is shooting at me, I can't exactly jump and shoot at them. I mean, I have before, but you really have to do it quick. And I mean, it helps get kills because a lot of people that don't have those controls with the buttons on the back, like me, I don't have the controller with buttons on the back. So if I jump, I'm just moving my fingers quick, just boom, jump, and then boom, back to the stick, and then still aiming at you. So tactical is good, but if you don't play like Claw, then it's still gonna be hard to compete with those people that can do everything with the buttons on the back, or they just play Claw. But I've been seeing a lot of people play Bumper Jumper. I think it's one of these. One of these I've been seeing a lot of people play on Cold War and on this, and I've seen that like you see L1 is to jump, so they can leave their thumbs on the sticks, and then still be able to shoot. But then the weird thing for me is the reason I haven't switched to that is because then your tactical becomes X, and then you're still, you know, kind of reaching far to do something. So I don't really like that one, but it helps. So it makes sense why people use that one because I can see how it could definitely benefit. Because I mean, especially if you don't use, I mean, I use my Simtex and my heart beat a lot, but at the same time, I don't. So I could see myself, like I could see how this one would be useful even for somebody like me. But I definitely recommend people go through these because a lot of these definitely will help. Like if you're just on default, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's other layouts that'll help a lot more. Now, of course, it takes a while to adjust. Like it took me a long time to adjust the tactical, and then I had to adjust the tactical flip. So it was tough, but in the end, it's definitely helped me get way more kills. If you play with me, you know I've gotten a little better, or if you watch the clips, you see I've gotten a little better from like my first video on YouTube to my last video on YouTube, and a lot of it's because movement, a lot of it's because controller layouts, a lot of it's because my settings have changed. It's a lot of things. My guns are a little different, built them a little different. Because once you get a little better, you can start to make your guns a little different. That's why on some of my guns I have like iron sight. Iron sight is no optic. That's why on some of my guns I have no optic because if you can learn to shoot with no optic, like if you can still see pretty well without one, you can. That's an attachment you can put somewhere else. Like personally, like on my growl, like I tried to make it perfect for a long time, and then this was the perfect way for me. But if I take this off, it's gonna jump a little more. Like if I put an optic or a laser on it, it's just gonna jump a little more. And putting a laser on it would help because it'll aim down a little faster. But at the same time, this is my long range weapon because I can see far away with this gun. So I don't need an optic because the iron sights are clean to me. It's just those, little sharp, little sharp lines really. So it's just easy for me to aim with the iron sight. So I just have the rubber grip on because it helps with your recoil control. The gun won't move when you make it like this. So this is perfect for me. And a lot of my guns I run like that because it frees up an attachment I can use somewhere else that will actually help more somewhere else. So yeah, that's the end of that.